Behemoth. There came a day when he beheld a creature of tremendous magnitude, a beast named Behemoth. It was a creature of wonder and awe, fashioned by the very hand of God himself. Behemoth roamed the land with unmatched power, its presence akin to that of a mountain moving across the earth. Its form was massive, its limbs strong as iron, and its tail swayed like the mightiest cedar trees that reached toward the heavens. In his humility, observed Behemoth with reverence and wonder. He marveled at its strength, for Behemoth was unmatched among all the creatures of the earth. The sinews of its muscles were wrapped in power, and its bones were as sturdy as bars of iron. Behemoth, chief among the creations of God, grazed upon the grass of the fields with the tranquility of a creature secure in its dominion. It drank from rivers without fear, trusting in its own strength and the providence of the Almighty. Under the shade of towering trees and amidst the reeds of the marshlands, Behemoth found solace. The willows of the brooks encircled it, offering shelter and comfort in their embrace. Job watched as Behemoth drank from the Jordan River, its massive frame undisturbed by the rush of water. With eyes sharp and keen, Behemoth surveyed its domain, unchallenged by the snares and traps that sought to ensnare lesser creatures. In Behemoth, Job saw the handiwork of God, a testament to his might and creativity. He realized that even in the presence of such majestic creatures, he was but a humble servant before the Creator of all things. As Job pondered the mystery of Behemoth, his faith remained unshaken, for he knew that the same God who had fashioned such wondrous beasts also held him in his loving care. And so, amidst the trials and tribulations that beset him, Job found solace in the presence of Behemoth, a reminder of the awe-inspiring power and majesty of the Almighty. Leviathan, in the depths of the vast and mysterious ocean, where darkness reigned and the waters churned with ancient secrets, there dwelled a creature of unparalleled magnitude and ferocity. This creature was Leviathan, the mighty serpent of the deep, as described in the sacred texts of the King James Version of the Bible. From the murky depths of the abyss, Leviathan emerged, its scales shimmering like polished armor, reflecting the faint glimmers of light that penetrated the darkness. Its eyes burned like fiery embers, casting an ominous glow that struck fear into the hearts of sailors who dared to traverse the tumultuous seas. Leviathan was a creature of immense power, its sinewy form coiling and twisting through the depths with unmatched agility. Its jaws, lined with rows of razor-sharp teeth, could crush the strongest of ships with ease, leaving nothing but wreckage in its wake. Legends spoke of Leviathan's wrath, of how it would rise from the depths to unleash its fury upon those who dared to challenge its dominion. Sailors whispered tales of ships swallowed whole, of crews dragged beneath the waves to meet their watery demise at the mercy of the Leviathan. But amidst the fear and awe that surrounded Leviathan, there was also a sense of reverence, for it was said that this mighty serpent was a creation of the Almighty himself. In the book of Job it is written, "Canst thou draw out Leviathan with an hook, or his tongue with a cord which thou lettest down? Canst thou put an hook into his nose, or bore his jaw through with a thorn?" Job 41:1-2. In the midst of his trials, Job contemplated the nature of Leviathan, a creature so formidable and majestic that it served as a reminder of the boundless power of God. For even in the face of such awe-inspiring creatures, Job found solace in the knowledge that he was but a humble servant before the Creator of all things. As Leviathan prowled the depths of the ocean, its presence was a testament to the mysteries of the natural world. It inspired both fear and wonder in those who beheld it. And though its origins remained shrouded in mystery, one thing was certain: Leviathan was a force to be reckoned with, a creature whose legend would endure for generations to come. Cherubim. In the heavenly realm, where celestial beings danced amidst the radiance of divine light, there dwelled cherubim, the guardians of God's glory and the embodiments of his holiness. These majestic creatures, described in the King James Version of the Bible, were adorned with wings of purest gold and eyes that beheld the mysteries of creation. Among the cherubim, there was one named Ezekiel, whose wings stretched wide like the heavens themselves, shimmering with the brilliance of 1,000 stars. His countenance was radiant, reflecting the splendor of the Almighty, and his voice resonated with the harmonies of celestial choirs. Ezekiel stood watch at the gates of Eden, where the tree of life flourished in the midst of paradise. With a flaming sword in hand, he guarded the sacred garden, ensuring that only the pure of heart could enter its hallowed grounds. From his lofty perch, Ezekiel gazed upon the wonders of creation, marveling at the beauty and majesty of God's handiwork. He watched as the sun kissed the earth with golden light, and as the moon bathed the world in silvered glow. He beheld the mountains towering toward the heavens, and the rivers flowing with the waters of life. But amidst the splendor of creation, Ezekiel also witnessed the frailty of humanity, as mortals succumbed to the temptations of pride and greed. He saw kingdoms rise and fall, and empires crumble beneath the weight of their own ambition. In the book of Ezekiel, it is written, "And the cherubims lifted up their wings, and mounted up from the earth in my sight when they went out. The wheels also were beside them, and everyone stood at the door of the east gate of the Lord's house, and the glory of the God of Israel was over them above." Ezekiel 10:19. As Ezekiel soared through the heavens, his heart swelled with love for the Creator, whose glory illuminated the cosmos. He understood that though mortals may falter and stumble, the light of God's love would guide them through the darkest of nights. And so, amidst the swirling mists of eternity, Ezekiel remained steadfast in his vigil, a beacon of hope and redemption for all who sought the embrace of the divine. For in the presence of the cherubim, the glory of God shone brightly, illuminating the path to everlasting peace and salvation. Seraphim, in the celestial realm, where the boundless expanse of heaven stretched infinitely, there dwelled the seraphim, the fiery beings of divine light and purity. These radiant creatures, as described in the King James Version of the Bible, were the embodiment of God's holiness and the messengers of his eternal love. Among the seraphim, there was one named Gabriel, whose wings blazed with the brilliance of 1,000 suns, illuminating the heavens with their ethereal glow. His form was bathed in celestial light, and his voice echoed with the melodies of the heavens. Gabriel stood before the throne of the Almighty, his heart overflowing with reverence and awe for the Creator of all things. With eyes of blazing fire, he beheld the mysteries of creation, marveling at the beauty and majesty of God's handiwork. From his celestial perch, Gabriel watched over the earth, where mortals dwelled amidst the wonders of the natural world. He witnessed the ebb and flow of life, as seasons changed and the cycles of nature unfolded with divine precision. But amidst the beauty of creation, Gabriel also witnessed the struggles of humanity, as mortals grappled with the trials and tribulations of existence. He saw the tears of the sorrowful and heard the cries of the afflicted, their voices rising like prayers to the heavens. In the book of Isaiah, it is written, "In the year that King Uzziah died, I saw also the Lord sitting upon a throne, high and lifted up, and his train filled the temple. Above it stood the seraphims, each one had 6 wings, with twain he covered his face, and with twain he covered his feet, and with twain he did fly." Isaiah 6:1-2. As Gabriel soared through the heavens, his heart swelled with compassion for the children of earth, who sought solace and redemption in the embrace of the divine. He understood that though mortals may falter and stumble, the light of God's love would guide them through the darkest of nights. And so, amidst the celestial choir of seraphim, Gabriel remained steadfast in his vigil, a beacon of hope and mercy for all who sought the path to eternal salvation. For in the presence of the seraphim, the glory of God shone brightly, illuminating the hearts of all who beheld his divine grace. Lucifer. In the beginning, before time itself had taken form, there existed a realm of light and splendor, where the glory of the Almighty reigned supreme. Among the celestial beings that dwelled in this realm was Lucifer, the morning star, the most magnificent of all the angels, as described in the King James Version of the Bible. Lucifer was radiant beyond compare, his form ablaze with the brilliance of 1,000 suns, his wings spanning the heavens with ethereal beauty. His voice was like music, resonating with the harmonies of the celestial spheres, and his countenance radiated with the purest light. As the most exalted of God's creations, Lucifer stood at the forefront of the heavenly host, his heart filled with pride and glory. He reveled in the adoration of his brethren, basking in the divine radiance that surrounded him. But amidst the splendor of his existence, Lucifer's heart harbored a seed of discontent, a longing for power and dominion that stirred within him like a tempest. As he beheld the throne of the Almighty, a thought took root in his mind, a thought of rebellion, of defiance against the divine order. In the book of Isaiah, it is written, "How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven, I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation, in the sides of the north." Isaiah 14:12-13. Driven by pride and ambition, Lucifer sought to ascend to the heights of heaven, to usurp the throne of the Almighty and reign supreme over all creation. With his legions of followers, he waged war against the forces of light, casting a shadow of darkness across the celestial realms. But the Almighty, in his infinite wisdom, foresaw the rebellion of Lucifer and his legions. With a thunderous voice that shook the very foundations of the heavens, he cast Lucifer down from his lofty perch, condemning him to eternal damnation for his pride and arrogance. And so Lucifer fell from grace, his once glorious form twisted and corrupted by the darkness that consumed him. Cast out from the light of heaven, he became known as Satan, the adversary, forever condemned to wander the depths of the abyss, a fallen angel forsaken by the grace of God. Yet, even in his fall from grace, the memory of Lucifer's radiant splendor endured, a testament to the fleeting nature of pride and the enduring power of divine grace. And though he had fallen from heaven, the light of the morning star would forever shine as a reminder of the consequences of pride and rebellion against the Almighty. The Angel of Death. In the ancient annals of the celestial realm, there existed an angel whose presence struck fear into the hearts of mortals and whose duty was solemn and inevitable. This angel was known as Azrael, the Angel of Death, as depicted in the King James Version of the Bible. Azrael was a figure of solemn majesty, cloaked in robes of shadow and crowned with a wreath of withered flowers. His countenance was veiled in sorrow, for his task was one of finality, to guide the souls of the departed into the embrace of eternity. From the moment of creation, Azrael had walked among the living, his silent vigil a reminder of the transient nature of mortal existence. With eyes that beheld the passage of time itself, he watched as generations rose and fell, as kingdoms crumbled and empires faded into dust. In the book of Revelation, it is written, "And I looked, and behold a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death, and hell followed with him. And power was given unto them over the fourth part of the earth, to kill with sword, and with hunger, and with death, and with death, and with the beasts of the earth." Revelation 6:8. As the harbinger of death, Azrael rode upon a pale horse, his presence heralding the coming of the end. With a touch as gentle as the whisper of the wind, he guided the souls of the departed into the realm beyond the veil, where time held no sway and eternity awaited. But amidst the sorrow and solemnity of his task, Azrael also bore witness to the resilience of the human spirit, to the bonds of love and friendship that transcended the boundaries of mortality. He watched as families gathered to mourn their loved ones, their tears a testament to the depth of their loss and the strength of their connection. In the moments before death, Azrael stood as a silent witness, his presence a comfort to those whose time had come to depart from the earthly realm. He offered solace to the weary and peace to the troubled, his words a whisper of reassurance in the darkness of the unknown. And though his name struck fear into the hearts of mortals, Azrael was not a figure of dread, but rather a guardian of the soul, guiding the departed into the embrace of eternity with grace and compassion. For in the realm beyond the veil, where the light of heaven shone eternal, Azrael's presence was a beacon of hope, a reminder that even in the face of death, there existed a promise of renewal and rebirth. And so, Amidst the ebb and flow of mortal existence, the angel of death remained a silent sentinel, a guardian of the threshold between life and eternity, his vigil a testament to the enduring power of divine grace.